The Truth About Diabetes by Probiotic Keep of Nature, WWC Incorporated, the pioneer in natural and probiotic combination in the Philippines, and the first group to use and apply natural probiotics directly to humans for different problematic health, successfully and continuously for the last 14 years, a private non-stock humanitarian group. A Red Guan's probiotic presentation of The Truth About Diabetes. It can be cured. More than 14 years of actual and successful use of probiotics for minor, less grave, and grave health condition. Acknowledgement. Most of the images in this work were lifted from different internet publications. All rights reserved. No duplication or reproduction of copy or copies are allowed. Copyright 2017. WWC Probiotic Publication Office, Quezon City, Philippines. Not to diagnose nor give treatment or cure. The following is done for discussion purposes only of the results we are getting in using WWC Natural Probiotics to problematic health for more than 14 years. We are not trying to diagnose nor advising treatment or cure here, but we are just sharing our results for others to understand where we stand on the issues. What is diabetes? Diabetes is a group of metabolic diseases in which the person has high blood glucose or blood sugar, either because insulin production is inadequate or because the body's cells do not respond properly to insulin, or both. What is the cause of this diabetes? Why is there inadequate or non-insulin production? Why body cells do not respond normally to it? The questions are mostly not answered properly by present-day discipline. The reason diabetes solution is far to be soon, as the real problem is not being addressed properly. Beta cells in the pancreas, which is responsible for insulin production, is defective. Beta cells from the pancreas are the one in charge of insulin in our body. If it is destroyed or not functioning, it will not give us the insulin we need. Insulin is needed for the glucose produced in the process of eating to be converted to energy. Without it, glucose cannot be absorbed directly by the body. The dangerous part, it will remain in the blood as blood sugar. The connector is insulin in the body cells. The beta cells, according to Wikipedia, the primary function of a beta cell is to restore and release insulin. Insulin is a hormone that brings about effects which reduce blood glucose concentration. Beta cells can respond quickly to spikes in blood glucose concentrations by secreting some of their stored insulin while simultaneously producing more. The more glucose, the more beta cells have to cover and produce insulin. Beta cells work overtime when we produce so much glucose for the food we eat. Coping up with so many glucose might not be done smoothly by beta cells if it is not working perfectly or destroyed. If it is overworked, the danger is malfunction. How to take care of the beta cell is the hardest thing to do, but the most simple is lesser glucose production. Achieve it by not or lesser eating of glucose producing food like rice, carbs, and sweets. Beta cells from pancreas should be restored and grown back. Beta cells as islet of Langerhans in the pancreas. The islet of Langerhans in the pancreas. Pancreatic islets, also called islet of Langerhans, are tiny clusters of cells scattered throughout the pancreas. The pancreas is an organ about the size of a hand, located behind the lower part of the stomach. Pancreatic islets contain several types of cells, including beta cells that produce the hormone insulin. The generation of the insulin-producing beta cells is the main cause of type 1 or insulin-dependent diabetes mellitus, according to medicinenet.com. The islet of Langerhans in the pancreas. The endocrine portion of the pancreas takes the form of many small clusters of cells called islet of Langerhans, or more simply islets. Humans have roughly 1 million islets. In standard histological sections of the pancreas, islets are seen as relatively pale staining groups of cells embedded in the sea of darker staining exocrine tissue. The next image is one of the islet in the pancreas. Islet of Langerhans in the pancreas. If pancreas beta cells are defective, why we just let it that way? Why no efforts to repair it? What is the solution for not functioning beta cells in pancreas? No much efforts for so many years have been directed to repair beta cells or to make the sick pancreas beta cells go back to its original functions. That is, to manage insulin. What happened? Synthetic insulin were abundantly introduced and used to have insulin in the body to work on the sugar or glucose. The process is shortcut. Instead of pancreas beta cells repair, we just use synthetic insulin and inject it in the body to deal with the glucose in the blood. The accumulation of sugar or glucose in the blood is sure diabetes, making it very dangerous. WWC Natural probiotics can help regenerate the beta cells per our experience and research results. Without insulin, accumulation of sugar in the blood will continue. Synthetic insulin was introduced to stop accumulation of sugar in the blood, which makes it very dangerous. Indeed, the synthetic insulin really helped to cut glucose and convert it to energy immediately. But the question remains, is diabetes being cured in the process? The answer is a big no. So there is no cure in this process of synthetic insulin. It's like placebo or imagined solution or very short-term relief only. WWC Probiotics. In the process of knowing the real problem, WWC Probiotics directed its effort for the beta cells of pancreas to be repaired or regenerate. This is the reason why WWC is successful in fighting diabetes. It concentrated on correcting the real problem rather than join the bandwagon of insulin users. Is diabetes curable? Certainly. WWC believe if the efforts will be directed for the beta cells of the pancreas to function, diabetes can still be treated and great improvements on the field can be achieved. Right now, as we concentrate with synthetic insulin, there is no way to conquer diabetes per se. Impossible on this process. Natural versus proprietary probiotics. As the advances in probiotic discipline is fast, we suggest to manufacturers to point their direction with the probiotic species that can help regrow or regenerate the beta cells in the pancreas. WWC Natural Probiotics can do this, but if proprietary probiotics can zero in on this, there will be so much help to millions of suffering diabetes victims. WWC is a natural probiotics. From the very beginning of its inception, WWC was a creation of nature, and indeed it came from natural probiotics. Even we have done the impossible. We have no funds to concentrate in developing and harnessing the very species responsible for regenerating the beta cells islet. The only thing we can do is pass it over to bigger proprietary probiotic producers for them to work on it. What happened when one used WWC for his diabetes? As WWC probiotics is liquid, once ingested, it will mix with the blood. The species in it will certainly react with the sweet environment of the high blood sugar and in return will neutralize it immediately as the species thrive or eat sugar per se. The blood sugar is then converted to neutral or more alkaline. Just on this, great relief is achieved immediately to bring down high blood sugar. Probiotics goes farther to the beta cells and other cells to help it regrow and regenerate. Only WWC probiotics with its combination have these qualities: regeneration of destroyed cells, help it grow more and faster to make it available to function again. We have so many of these regenerations of cells results in different parts of the body where it is needed. A sure thing WWC probiotics can do easily well. Synthetic insulin then is not needed much after WWC application. Synthetic insulin is not needed anymore just in several days of use of WWC probiotics, as the function of the beta cells, little by little or abrupt, will go back to its normality. We have these results again and again. The reason we like to share it now for mankind to benefit to stop diabetes. Your diabetes will remain uncured if beta cells are defective. Without addressing the real issue of beta cells defects in the pancreas, there is no cure for diabetes as it is happening today. Our little experience is shared here to help people with diabetes get away from it, and we hope a lengthy research for helping the beta cells will be done as immediate as possible by bigger institutions to help mankind. WWC Probiotics, Gift of Nature, is here to help. We will not be afraid to share what we know to help mankind, which we vow to do. There are so many other wonder things that WWC Probiotics are capable of, and one by one, with our limited resources, we will share it to all. May all of us be helped by nature, which is the real master of problematic health. End of the show. WWC Natural Probiotics from the Philippines, the pioneer in probiotic combination. Please open http www.cfoods.weebly.com, http probioticcoffeeph.weebly.com. Reach us at projewels@yahoo.com. For real diabetes solution, WWC Diabetes Blocker. Help grow and make your beta cells to normalize, stop high blood sugar fast, prevent metabolic syndrome and complications. No need to use insulin after weeks of blocker application. The power of probiotics only from WWC Natural Probiotics from the Philippines. Contact us. Email rojewels@yahoo.com. Main Office Unit 203, Yam Trade Building, General Aguinaldo Corner, General Malbar, Araneta Center, Cubao, Quezon City, Philippines. Telephone +632-364-8994. Website http www.cfoods.weebly.com, http probioticcoffeeph.weebly.com.